In the last lesson, we talked about lateral reading, and we watched a crash course video about lateral reading. Okay, today we are going to apply what we've learned. So just as a review, our essential question for this week is, how can you avoid being fooled by fake videos and other information online? So we're learning how to do that, and hopefully we are going to spread the word beyond this. So define misinformation and explore the consequences of spreading misinformation online. I talked a little bit yesterday about how I want you to also consider the term disinformation, okay, which I think is actually more accurate for what we watched yesterday with the pig, because they were deliberately trying to mislead us. 2, we're going to learn how to use lateral reading as a strategy to verify the accuracy of information online. And 3, that's today and tomorrow. I'm giving you 2 days for this assignment because there's a lot to do. You're going to apply lateral reading to examples of questionable videos to determine their accuracy. So you're going to decide whether or not you think those videos are real. A review here: misinformation, disinformation, okay? It is when somebody deliberately gives us information that they know is false in the hope of deceiving us. So it happens all the time. Yesterday, you watched the John Green video and took some notes. You learned that lateral reading is a method of determining whether or not something online is credible. Cred means believe. So it determines whether or not you can believe what you see online. So what you do, he showed you how you can open multiple tabs on your computer to verify and search other people's claims. Your directions for today: you're going to open the student handout titled Hoaxes and Fakes Part 2, and then use lateral reading to determine whether the video is a hoax. Okay? Use the charts that I'm going to show you in a minute to provide what they call corroboration from trustworthy resources. So corroboration, that's when you find additional sources that confirm or support the claims of a news story, article, or piece of information. So if you can corroborate information, you can be certain that it is probably true. But if you cannot corroborate it, or if you can find something that tells you the opposite, then you know that you have a problem and you need to investigate further. All right. So when you look at the assignment and it asks you to find corroboration or corroborating information, this is what it means. So you might not need to record every source that you look at, because you might not, you might be lateral reading and you might find sources that don't really help you. Okay. Just like anytime you do any kind of research, only cite the sources that you actually used, not everything you looked at, just the ones that you actually used. This is a warning here. Make sure that you're not using ads, sponsored links, or opinion pieces when you laterally read. Okay, you want to avoid looking at stuff that's trying to sell you something, or, you want to avoid stuff that's trying to convince you to believe a certain way. You want to try to find the least biased sources you can for this. So when you are in the assignment, you open up this document here, Hoaxes and Fakes Part 2. Again, you have 2 days to do this because there's quite a bit here. So you can do it all in one day. You can do it over 2 days, however you prefer. The directions are: watch the 3 videos on the following pages. Using lateral reading, determine whether each video is a hoax. Okay, and same thing that I just said to you. So you're going to provide your corroboration from trustworthy resources. So there are 3 pages. The first one has a video called Snowboarder Girl Chased by a Bear. If that link won't work, try this one. The second one is titled Loggers Couldn't Believe What They Found in the Middle of a Tree. If that won't work, click this alternate link. And finally, watch Proven Turmeric Cure Cancer. Click here, this alternate link, if it will not work. 2 days to do this. If you have any questions, please either log into a Zoom meeting or Google Meet, 6 o'clock on Tuesday night or 12:30 afternoon on Wednesday. And that's what you need to do. Okay? Have a great